Yeah, fellas, I was watching a video. All of a sudden, a video from some time ago popped up by some fellow that called himself attacking me. It's from 2015, so it's 2 years old. And I guess a year ago, they were still whining. I did a video, returned video on the dude. And then I I started talking to his so-called girlfriend, who's actually, I found out was actually a transsexual living overseas. And this brother lives in the United States. So he's not dating any women here in the United States. The problem I had with him was he was complaining about black women. And he's in love with this so-called female over in Europe and over attacking black women. So I made a comment about that. And the dude kind of went off, made a video about me. And some dudes call it bitch assness. You got butt hurt, so you made a 23-minute video about someone. He goes, well, I wasn't talking about the video. He was coming in delivering false information. It was really because he was butthurt. Somehow he built it up into his mind. These guys with their YouTube channels, they become these demigods and shit like that. They become like God's gift to people that watch their channel and shit. And so I was looking over some of the comments. I never bothered to look at the shit. I never watched this video. I watched the first 2 minutes, and then I put it away, and I did a return video. And then I started talking to his girl. I started doing mind fucking on a so-called girl. And I did a video for my fellows, what I was doing to her and how I was doing it. And you could follow the train of the conversation down to where she went quiet. Because she was there getting his back, he, whatever. Getting his back. And she went quiet after that. I got her to shut up. And I started fucking with him. I created a special channel just to do this on. And I told my fellows exactly what I was saying, why I was saying it. And you can see him get all amped up and all crazy. And she got all, she, whatever she is. But I'm going to leave the guy nameless. You guys have been around long, you know who I'm talking about. But I was reading some of the comments. I thought it was kind of interesting. Player Supreme and Eazy-E would be the same age, in their mid-50s. So that is his generation too. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Hold on. Someone thought I was married to Jovina, and I'm not married to Jovina. Someone thought my ex-wife cheated on me. That's why I became a player. See, they got everything all fucked up. Half information. One dude said, I'm in my 40s, and believe me when I say this, the game he preaches would apply back in the day. But if you tried that shit now, you'll get played. Can you believe someone actually thought that? Is thinking that way? It's an entirely different ball game now. These third wave feminists today are fucked up. And that's why I don't deal with feminists. And I urge you guys not to deal with feminists either. But a couple brothers came out and defended me. One dude says, fuck Faker Supreme. He claims to have the secret formula to everything, including getting women. He bitches about men not being men. Though when one of them asks him for help, he disses them. Laughing my ass off. This fat ass is like a woman who doesn't know what he wants. I've been, getting tickled at some of the comments. That's why I started reading it. I still haven't watched the video yet. Not interested in watching this video. Even that one dude that smokes weed. He sells stuff on the streets. Got a show something TV. I refused to debate him years ago because he's a weed smoker. He sells CDs on the streets. And he smokes his weed and he starts philosophizing about shit. And nah. I'll debate with my peers. Let's see. I saw some good ones on here. Fuck. Now I can't find them anymore. This one. Mediocre Negro. Now, he don't call himself what he is. I actually watched that lame-ass video from Player Supreme. He sounds like a typical scam artist, PUA fake guru. Getting women is no damn secret. That's true. As I've been saying. And not someone you need to pay another man to learn. Get fit, get money, dress well, take care of your teeth, and general hygiene. Let's see what else he has to say. This N-word says he started business. Then want to say said business was a personal trainer. Man, cut it out. How is that a marketable skill that could be exercised on another country? This guy doesn't know the business. I can go to Japan just because I'm black and I'm American. I'd have a packed business. I can go to the UK because I'm American, got the American accent. I can market myself in the UK. I have a skill that's marketable anywhere in the world. Look at the growth of the personal training industry. But this guy's not a trader, so he's not aware of that. So he's like those guys that talk out the side of their mouth like they know something. With no real information. Let's see. Fueler. Go suck on his dick then. Faker, someone I guess complimented me. He's complaining about somebody that said, hey, Supreme's okay. Faker Supreme is obviously a fag. Complain about men not being men. Yet, when someone, I've already read that one. Actually, saying it again. He asks him for help. He acts like a little bitch and disses them. Go figure. Yeah, I've already read that one. The guy's repeating himself. Simp. They're using the word simp. Fat Bo Jackson ass. I've gotten Bo Jackson before. Like I said, I was at Disneyland. He got me to the front of the line. I told the guy, no, I'm not Bo. He goes, yeah, sure you ain't, man. Let's see. Player Supreme has been on a pro-black slant lately because the racist whites, red pill circle jerk forums turned on him. Also, he married a fat Portuguese woman. Not only a simp, but a hypocrite. And as you guys know, well, number one, Jolena's not fat. She's got a fat ass. But, although she has gained weight. She has put on some weight in the last few months since the holidays. But there you go. They think I'm married. Which is fine. I don't care. Let's see. Then some dudes asked what forum where the white dudes turned on him. I'd like to know too. I don't go to a lot of forums. The only one I go to is So Simp to get my funny papers. This dude, Mr. West Coast. Player Supreme is married. See, players don't married. He should have said marry. Because players just want pussy and no responsibility with it. He must be a player hater. Yeah, he looks like one. Yeah, see, these guys have this wrong ideology of what type of player I was. As I'm trying to make you guys into master players. That's why I'm all about starting a part-time business. It's what I did. It's the same route that got me what I got in the game. Let's see. He's married but trying to give advice on getting pussy? Then the guy says, yep. Plus, he has kids from another woman, a black woman that he apparently could not handle. He has shown pictures of his youngest son, full black, just like him, meaning he couldn't handle the black bitch he mated with previously. No, I actually left my ex-wife, and she stalked me for years after that. As you guys remember, my joke with her was lemonade ain't cold enough. She did everything I wanted. And she said in like 5 years ago, I would never marry Chris again. I would never go back to that. That's how bad I was. The only thing she did was stop taking a birth control pill, and I was a simp back then, a nice guy, and I got married, which I've already talked about. These guys, they get half the truth. How do you guys get half the truth? And you twist it and mix it up. I think these guys make some of the shit up. Now he's that same guy is asking, make a video on Player Supreme's lying ass. As you guys know, I'm fanatical about making sure you guys get the real truth. Then they ask him, make a video part 2 on Player Supreme. I'll have to give you guys the channel where you can go and watch the 2 videos that I have there. You can see me take this guy apart because he came to that video. It was commenting. His girl came to that video and commented. I made sure they did, but I didn't let him come to my main channel. See, I set up a pit for them to walk into, a trap. I didn't put it on my main channel, so they went to the channel, the side channel, and I had my guys on my forum, come in and look at it, and some of the guys that from the old channel, but it wasn't smearing up the main channel. And I got him in there, and then I toyed with him. Then I fucked him up, and I fucked her up. And I made a video. I showed you exactly what I said to her. And you can follow the video, exactly what I said to her, and how she eventually shut the fuck up. I went on the ideology that she was a woman. I hadn't discovered her video yet. I did find her video per screen name on Google Plus, and a lot of people were asking, was she a tranny? And he came back and said, well, my voice was sore. My voice was sore, a little bit sore back then. So that video, after I, in my little trap channel, after I blasted out in there, it disappeared. The person took it down. Okay, let's see. I want my vision back, says he's been doing pro-black videos on his channel for years. I follow him on and off, so I don't know. His stuff is legit, though. Definitely beyond just being a player, especially his mind fuck. He blocked me when I was a senior high school, 2012, because I didn't agree with him prostituting women, or I don't remember the guy, messing with women who had boyfriends, husbands. Yeah, I didn't agree with that, but I don't know why I blocked. He must have talked shit. I only blocked you if you talk shit. Like that. Whoever the fuck I did the video on, I haven't blocked them. When they start talking shit, then they get blocked. And that's probably a lot of black dudes. They come in talking shit. They think they know something. Instead of posting up, listening and learning, they come in talking shit. Because I may not agree. What I say doesn't agree with their inner beliefs. It's mostly black dudes. They got the most feminine shit that goes on. Come in, head moving sideways and shit. I wasn't necessarily coming from a disrespectful point of view. More so a disappointed one, as I guess I looked up to him on some level. Well, obviously he must have not believed he was being disrespectful. Because those are the people that I have blocked. People who are disrespectful. And he must have really wanted to defend it. I didn't agree with him prostituting women. Or or messing with women who had boy. Oh, see, we're actually on the same page. I don't believe in messing with women who have boyfriends or husbands because you get killed. I don't remember talking about prostituting women. I have no idea what he's talking about there. This channel isn't for that level of game. So I think he's got it twisted in his head over something that we didn't agree on, and that's what he remembers. One of my old guys, the Zen Thug. That's some bitch ass shit. He blocked you because of a small disagreement. Anyone who disagrees, I blocked him from my forum. With any part of his formula, gets either blocked or blasted. I feel you, bro. The Zen Thug. Now, with him, I just said to him, you're not made to be a player. He's living on, the dole most of the time, living with his mommy. And he had trouble getting just one chick. A player doesn't have trouble getting one chick. So, he would do passive aggressive stuff. And this occurred over years of time where I had to call him on it. He kept doing passive aggressive stuff. And I liked the guy. I felt sorry for him. So ADD, didn't like him living with his mommy, but he lives in Canada. And he finally was able to get some pussy from my site. But because he's got this mental thing, he fucked it up. And I finally actually had to block him from my forum, because he somehow came in with some passive aggressive stuff on a discussion we were having, and I saw through the shit and I called him on it. You're being passive aggressive again, because I told him like the week before, you're just not made to be a player. I just told someone that yesterday or the day before yesterday. I said it more gently this time. A white guy was, wondering about, what was this? Let me see if I can go find the discussion so I don't mix that shit up. How to keep. I guess I should answer the question for him too. But everyone, the girl said she wanted a relationship. Now, you natural players out there, when you have a girl who says you want a relationship, what are you going to tell her? He was telling her, no, I don't want a relationship. I just don't believe in relationships. And I asked him, why would you even think that way if you're trying to be a player? So some people are not made to be a player. And I explained to him, players, we do tell lies. It's the nature of the game. This brother came in and said, yo, the fact that you spent so much time on this negativity shows that you really the simple chimp here. Don't play a player's game and then get butthurt when bitches bitch. You a bitch for that, yo. I'm not sticking up for this other bitch. I'm just saying don't play a bitch's game because he made you a bitch, which is what I did on that special channel. I actually had fun. I hadn't had that much fun in a long time. Bitch ass nigga, this lame, whose dick you must savor, came to my channel insulting me. I did not go looking for him. That's how this started. And that's true. I did, he was attacking black women, and I've never went to that Tommy's guy and said anything to him about it, because everyone else does that. But that particular day, I said, I said something about don't attack black women, man. And turns out he's got this white male, she-male thing that he's in love with. He's not even getting laid. He's not even having sex. He doesn't have the money to fly over there. I mean, the dude got arrested and she was e-begging for him, help him get out of jail to his viewers. I kind of feel sorry for the guy. I see you changed the screen name. Someone made a comment about how I changed my screen name. And then he came and said, that's because I beat his ass up so hard. He went trying to reinvent himself. Whoa. I think I talked to you guys about that when I was getting ready to change the name of the channel. I was looking for a new name. Got tired of the Player Supreme show. I was trying to get away from that whole player thing. Then this guy's defend himself on why he made the videos. He goes, as a former history major. He didn't want no history major. He never studied history. So this person says, I agree. Player Supreme is a bitch. He took down his 2-part video where he talked about Kent. I actually liked that video because he was telling the truth about dude. Now, granted, it was quite harsh, but it was still very funny. So this guy must have went back and watched the video over and over again. Barber747. He a bitch for doing that shit. Fuck that fat McDonald's cheeseburger eating bastard. Shaking my head, I don't eat McDonald's. Nutword TV, yeah, that's that fool. Curtis Garner, real talk, the video's on point. I have no idea what points he made. Maybe I did watch part of the video. I can't remember. Player Supreme is definitely a fucking punk. He tried to put me on blast for not defending the modern behavior of these American women. For not defending. I have no idea what the dude's talking about. Someone named John City. I don't know. As you guys have seen, I give people a couple of chances. But when they start cussing, talking shit, fat this, nigga that, they gotta go. 37 Riffs. As a member of that generation, surrounded all these years by these types of guys, it's been refreshing to discover on YouTube young men talking about examining their lives and culture. I gave up on trying to talk to these guys. They went to school only to get good jobs, not to get educated. All they wanted was a good enough salary to attract pussy. That was it. You couldn't get 99% of them interested in anything but that. They had no interest in the wider world and looked at you sideways if you did. I don't know where I fit in on this. If you were curious about the world, the way it works, foreign places, they thought you different. And different was a bad thing. They'd even tell women, he different thinking, it was to their advantage. Imagine a man telling another man to limit his options. Meanwhile, they pander to pussy no one else really wants. You young fellas, do your thing. It's a big world. It's long overdue. Where's the link to its video? It is no longer available. I hope you downloaded it. I'm just saying. The video's still there. I guess they forgot what channel it was. I'll have to go back to that old channel and see what the name is. Let's see. Some dude said old 50 and 7-year-old black men don't get it. We're the generation that did get it. He's got a white guy on there. There's a difference between being a coward and being rational. I see enough things in life that prove to me when you say men doing what you talk about aren't being cowards, but rather rational. Why should we have to change who we are to get what we want? I do better being myself than I ever did trying to conform to the systems bullshit way of doing things. Player Supreme isn't about helping men. He's a sellout about money. Why should take someone seriously that talks all this shit yet is involved? That's hypocritical. Anybody understand what he's talking about? That's involved. That's hypocritical. If I'm out to help my fellow man, I'm not going to charge money to do it. One of those types. They think that I should work for free. That the medicine that I pay for should be, I don't know, come out of thin air. That my credit card bill the money should be paid out of thin air. I don't know. These types of guys, they don't realize that there are people on YouTube that do business. Jaw something or another. Thank you for uploading this. You are a real awesome dude for making this video. I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who hates Player Supreme with a passion. I go to that guy's videos. He does nothing, put shame and talk down to men who are not successful with women. And the worst part about is he tells them to change who they are as people. Well, got a question for you fellas. If doing things the way you've been doing things gets you X results, and you want Y results, am I getting too math for you? Why would you not do the things that will get the Y results? We're doing basic algebra here. So if being this way gets you asked out in the game, how about you change the way you are to become more successful in the game? For example, when you go to study someone who teaches about, starting a business, become successful in life, you got to change. They'll talk to you about it. The gurus, the teachers, mentors, all that. They'll tell you, hey man, you got to change this. Hey, you got to stop procrastinating. And these fellas, they change. They make the change. But when it comes to getting pussy, we have some idiots that just don't want to change. I call them stuck on stupid, personally. And I don't have no desire to argue with them or go any further with them. Why should I waste my time trying to convince this dummy to change? Let me know if that makes sense. In Spice, I could care less what era Player Supreme comes from, how many women he pulled. If you can never get yourself to criticize women on any goddamn thing, no matter how wrong they are in certain situations in life, you're a simp. If these chicks that these simps worship, where do they get the idea that I don't criticize women? Oh, because I don't put down black women. And that's a subject that I don't want to go into. The issues in the black community. The chicken heads, we used to call them. And that's your fault for dealing with chicken heads. Get yourself an educated sister, got a fucking degree and a good job. Stop messing with ghetto bitches wearing tennis shoes. That's my simple answer right there. Psst, solves the whole problem. No other black dude that listens to me should ever have another problem with another sister again in their lives. If you just listen to what I just said and do it, you'll never have a problem again. At least like what the ghetto chicks will give you. Now, educated sisters are women, and women do throw up some shit. But when you're a man, you know how to handle that shit. So it's these young feminized males that just can't handle another female's shit. Damn, you roasted him so bad, I almost feel sorry for him. Now it makes me wonder what the fuck the dude said. This Watashi. He's black and Japanese with a Japanese last name. Watashi. I just watched a Player Supreme video, and this dude was talking about how you have to be more like a bad boy. Again, that's that XY thing. If women like a man with an edge to him, that's kind of like a bad boy without the whole bad boy shit veneer. If they like this and they're biting on this, is it me? Does that not seem the way that you would want to go? If you're trying to survive and you're out there in the woods and you throw a fly on your hook and you throw it out there in the water, fish aren't biting on flies, but they're actually, the guy next to you, he's throwing worms out there and catching all kind of fish. Why would you stick with the flies? It's not working. Basically, why would you stick with shit that ain't working for you? I don't get people's common sense. Okay, let's see. To be more like a bad boy, not let things bother you, and crack jokes. I'm not about dudes in this community cracking jokes. He and his wife, sitting behind him, who isn't attractive at all, to comment as well. I even saw an old video when Jovino would sit on the big chair and I sit on the main in my office. Anyways, he goes on about how you shouldn't be uptight and then let women, and about women making eye contact. He then says he hates when a female stares at him too long. I do. Looks me in the eyes too long. See, he got it twisted. I don't mind a chick checking me out. But to stare me in the eyes, challengingly, he obviously does no experience with chicks. He is half. So, I guess he's never had a woman look him challengingly, if you've ever hit women. Laugh my ass off. How he rather deal with women who is trained. His wife then sarcastically says, don't have a wife. Really? And he turns his chair angrily and says, yeah, they stare you down like fucking men. And his wife rolled her eyes, LOL, I was dead. She was actually agreeing with me. The knucklehead. Wow. This shit goes on and on. I'm done. What's going on, fellas? What's up, Kenya? Keep up the good work. Thanks for all the wisdom and knowledge. Put me up on the game. And Pesky, you said you had a small escort business. Yeah. What about it? And why do you bring it up? What's up, Supreme? What's up, everybody? Cool Teddy says. You jelly? Supreme. Hello, sir. Supreme doing the same thing over and over. Again, expect a different result. Yeah, I've heard that before too. It's the definition of insanity. Some of these guys, man, what the fuck? Supreme, I don't give a fuck, even if it's my mother trying to stare me down. I don't put up with that shit. Who the fuck are they to size me up? I never start shit, but there will be. You're also going to say a problem if a female tries that shit. Well, she's trying to punk you out. In reference to the guy you blocked that mentioned prostitution. Okay. Ampascescu. Yeah. What about it? Oh, I think that was that church dude that came in. I got to go back and look at the screen name again. There was some kind of square. No, this was recent because this dude was a Trump supporter type dude, black Trump supporter. Let's see, where was that comment? I want my vision back. He blocked me when I was a senior in high school because I didn't agree with him on prostituting women. when someone complains about prostituting women, I have no problem with that. Unless he was trying to give me shit about it. Unfortunately, these guys are so minor. Like, I can't remember the dude that I'm talking about today. I don't remember the shit. I don't remember what happened. None of the people that said they hated my guts do I even remember. Either way, if they get disrespectful, they go. Period. They're Sescu. When they get disrespectful, as you guys seen, I block them. Sometimes they come in with that nigger talk and fat this and that, and I block them right away. You guys are not even aware of it. There's been a lot of guys, their comments, because they have certain words that get flagged, and they go to the spam folder. I just go through and block them. No big deal. So, when they come in automatically wanting to talk the shit, and they use the N-word or some other word that I have, they get immediately blocked. Let's see. Held for spam. Hey, it's a black guy's in there, and I don't know why. Majority of black men would fuck a female dog if it had head and ass. That's real talk. I got females on my list who complain about them sending dick pics as if it'll get the female to drop her panties. Please be real with yourselves. So I just approved that one. And this one is total spam. They're selling some kind of product. So what I'm going to do is block the screen name. It's a woman's name. And that's usually dudes, by the way. Yeah. It's a dude. They recommend dudes get a female's name because guys will treat them differently than other dudes. Okay, blocked. And wait a minute. Yeah. They always want you to search for shit on Google. No, thank you. So they've gotten clever. They don't leave links anymore. They just tell you to search for the shit on Google. Great. Now you said you never prostituted women. No, I never said that. I'm a Sescu. I think I was trying to read the guy's comments, what you're talking about, but I did the call girl thing. Okay, it's a form of prostitution, and I never put women on the streets. Never made it to the street pimp. You said you had never prostituted women. That's pretty close. Kenya, player, we need to hang out sometime. Hit the clubs. Okay, Ebba Sescu, explain what you're talking about. Refresh my memory. Sacramento known for prostitution. Yeah. Hey, it's a black guy. They could be guys from that red pill philosophy dude who gives out a lot of racial language in his videos and is a woman hater. No, it's not him. There was a video of this dude. I'll leave him nameless. He was talking bad about black women. I went to his channel and said something. I do remember saying something about COINTELPRO. And he blew up. Did a 23-minute video on me. And I did a video back on him. And I created a separate channel where this would happen at, so we battle there. Instead of on my main old channel that I used to have. And I got into the channel. I would fuck with him every now and then. And then this girl got in there is transsexual, as I found out, and I started talking to her. And I started mind fucking her. And the end result was she shut the fuck up. She stopped defending him. Okay, Ambasescu. The guy in that comment said he didn't agree about prostituting women. You then said that you never did. No, I never put women on the streets. I did a call girl thing. I would never say that I never did. Keep going, Ambasescu. You must be the guy that I banned also. So remind me of our conversation. And hopefully you're over 18 now. I'm waiting for Ambasescu to come back. Ambasescu. Well, you sure remember the conversation pretty well. If you said I'd never prostituted women. Supreme, I remember your first step. You called yourself a popcorn pimp. Yeah, that's how they clown guys that never get in the street, the whole street thing. And here's the deal. Anna and I, we sold our services to these college guys for these little frat parties. Okay, she and her friend would do a strip act, and these guys, they're college guys. They get all hot and excited, and I would be in the room because I was big, just to protect them. So that's not real pimping. That's call girl shit, if you want to call it that. Hey, Player Supreme, long time. I haven't catched a live stream. Just want to let you know I got a new girlfriend. Christian? Cool. You jealous? First time I ever heard that term. Yeah, I got it from the Pimps Network. And that's how I got into the whole thing. I got on the Pimps Network. I wanted to learn about it. And I set my mind in that direction. And I was in old Sacramento at this club downstairs. And that's where I met her. We started fucking. She's the one I talked about the other day that she was into chicks. She was macking these chicks for cash because she lost her job because she was fucking the vice president of her company. She actually was the smartest woman I've ever met. She knew the game. At 13, her uncle was selling her to people in Hollywood because she was from LA. She was an illegal Mexican, but the light-skinned Mexican. Anyways, so I met her. We fucked. She lost her job. She needed money. Now, she was using this one Mexican guy and this one chick. After me, she stopped sleeping with chicks. And somehow she knew that I wanted to get into the pimp game. I'm not sure how that happened. But she went to LA and attracted this pimp. She bought me this book, this really big book that was like a $100 book with his money. And she also bought this banner that said Gemini on it. But that dude followed her back to Sacramento, trying to, get her in the game. And some shit went down, and she called me up after that and said, I choose you. So I started figuring out how to do it. And she only gave me the idea of college because she was only 22. So we set up our first dance thing. She helped me do it. And I stood there at the door. We did about 3 or more times after that, and I was done because my ex-girlfriend ratted me out. And Sarah's words were, "You could have pimped me." I was still fucking with Sarah during that time period. Was the main problem. I kept her for 6 months after we broke up, or so-called broke up. After this other Mexican girl came and told her that I fucked her. She saw her at the store, thought she was shit on my game. She was a hairdresser that worked. This is why I say don't fuck in your vicinity. I know this from bad experiences with me. My studio's here. You go down a little alleyway. My studio door was there. Her building was right here. Walk out, click, click, click. There's her building. She was a hairdresser. And she had nice legs. And a pretty face. So I fucked her. I filmed it one time. I just had fun. And then I stopped fucking her. And she was mad about it. Let's see. So Emma Sescu just needed an account years ago. So how come you remember so much about the so-called event, Pescu, if it's not you? And you said I was never into prostitution, which is not true. I had undercover cops following me. Yeah. When is the prime of a man's life? When is the prime of a man's life? When he reaches his prime. He's asking me, when does a man reach his prime? According to medical, it's at 32 years of age. That's when you're at your prime. After that, all your physical skills start to deteriorate. I don't agree with that because I didn't reach my prime until I was in my 40s, strength-wise and everything. Maybe I didn't push myself hard enough at 32. I was just barely doing weight training then. And I didn't start getting heavily into it until my late 30s. So, but I believe I reached my prime in my 40s. Let's see. You jelly, you're a dog eating pussy to a random female. I would only do that to a female I know for a very long time as a treat. Me too. I'm still waiting to have Pescu. Still waiting. Part of me is a little bit ashamed that I got into that. But I was also happy when it happened. When she called me up, I choose you. I was excited, actually. I was blown away. I don't remember your conversation, not one iota. I do remember you mentioning the call girl thing in the past. Then, never mind. You know what? Forget it. I recommend everyone buy Players products and don't download it for free ever. You appreciate something you pay for. Michael Nolan. What's the name of that nice guy where the guy wakes women up from her space sleep you talked about? I don't know, a nice guy that woke a woman up from her... Oh. Would a nice guy do something like that? Because he condemned that woman to basically death. And I don't remember... It was called Passenger. Passenger, yeah. That's the name of the movie there, Michael Nolan. I'll send you the nice guy's video today, player. Don't. Please don't. I get enough of that from Nolan here. Darren D. Is 45 a good time to hang up the cleats and get out the game? I was 44. I think it's kind of late myself. I think you should have your fun in your 20s. Then in your late 20s, you know, you've mastered yourself. So no woman can ever take advantage of you. You've learned the skills of being able to see right through her ass. You learned the skills of being able to handle her. You learned the skills of being able to keep her addicted to you and on your jock. So that when you get to your late 20s, it's time to find the girl you want to settle down with. That way you can start your 30s off, you know, accruing things in life. While you're in the game, you're too busy chasing pussy to really accrue very much in the way of assets. Believe me, that's a mistake I made, was staying in the game all that time. I love analyzing the movies. How are you going to fuck a movie in the ass, Michael Nolan? Unless you mean analyzing. I'm just messing with fellas. He goes, it's good to know now. No, the nice guy traits. Hey, Mike. In the game, I never once worried about being a nice guy. Just never came up. I was too busy having fun. Levi Mark, what's up, player? What's a great way to control excessive sexual energy? Channel into becoming successful. That's what he talked about in Think and Grow Rich. I believe he was saying that men in the early 40s learned to channel, use George Washington as one example. Channel into success. It's Black Guy. Sorry, player, about the comments I made on that white chicks video. I haven't got to them yet. I just can't stand white or black women who act too ghetto and hood. Me too. Huge turnoff. Especially when they talk like they're ghetto. I've never been attracted to hood white chicks like that. Ever. It looks stupid. You know, I don't like it when our own race talks that way. Did you do the assignment? Besides your dislike of her? So I've been watching a lot of the episodes of Cheaters lately. Oh wait, Sescu. I'll simply point out you contradicting yourself on this show while responding to those comments. No, I wasn't contradicting myself. I think you heard me reading this comments, and I think I went back and I reread it again. Okay? But if you don't consider the call girl thing prostitution, then I guess there was no contradiction. I do consider it prostitution, a form of prostitution. So I think you, as I recall, I read his comments, did not quite understand it right, and went back and read it again. And I think that's where you got that, or whatever you're talking about. Last thing I do is contradict myself. Hey, it's a black guy. Will send us that nice guy vid. Does anybody remember me talking about this? Because I'm not sure what he's talking about, except the fact I had to go back and reread the comment again. I say I was never a pimp. I was never a pimp. Me saying Ampescu, I'm not going to figure the name out, man. Just me showing you that my screen name is my initials and college. ECSU. How about I just call you AMP? Not a word you can pronounce. Hope that clears up. Learn a lot from you. Peace. Okay. Darren D. I'm 42 and I'm feeling like I'm just getting into my prime. That's kind of when I hit my top of my game, was at 42 also. But now I can say at 57, there's been a big change. Just to let you know, player, I got hacked on my sites too. It's an Islam hacker group that's going around doing it. Had to put 3 levels of security on my site because of it. Damn. You know, that happened to me when I was doing a hangout on the old channel. The guy hacked my site, and when you tried to go to the site, it went to one of their sites. And I had to have the server company clear it up. I want to talk about Ampescu and what he said. Anybody remember what I was talking about? I don't recall saying I wasn't into prostitution. Somebody refresh my memory. Because when people say I contradict myself, that's some bullshit. Thanks, player. When will you have another hangout? Don't know. Amp says, that's good, Darren. That means your life is getting better, not worse. while we're waiting for the next comment to come up, when I was in my early 30s, like 33, 34, 34. Was that age? No, it was close to middle 30s. I'm at this club, and I met this blonde female who, you guys ever heard of Mustang Ranch? All of my time during the game, I kept running into opportunities to get into the pimp game. It kept happening over and over again. This chick worked at Mustang Ranch. She took me to the movies. She wanted me to be her boyfriend, and she made the mistake of telling me about, some of the dicks that she's had up in there. I felt inferior after that. So the black dude said, she's had to do. Yeah. Then it happened the time right before I got into it. Let me see if I got the time right. I was at another club, and I met this girl that was prostituting herself to Arabs, because a lot of Arabs were coming over here in the last 20 years, you guys recall. And she told me that Arabs made the best tricks because they had money, massive amounts of money, and they love white women. And she had a BMW. We walked out to her car. I made her kiss my boy Craig. So that was it was either before or after I got into that and stopped the whole thing. But it kept, when you're in a certain energy, or you're about a certain thing, all those things that like it become attracted to you. You kind of pull them into your life. Case in point, my running with a transsexual. It was a prostitute. I'm at Starbucks. I thought it was a chick. Had ribs removed, had the whole surgery, big boobs. Didn't have the fake boobs, the silicone. I guess had fat put in there or something. But I thought it was a chick. And so I went and talked to it, and I thought, damn, my game is good. So we're walking back across the street, across from Starbucks in Sacramento on Alhambra there. If you're in Sacramento, you know what I'm talking about. She was in that motel there. And I went up to the motel room. And somewhere along the way, I got a feeling. So I got in the door. I asked him, "Are you a transsexual?" And he said, "Why you ask me that?" And I knew right away. So I asked the questions. Why did you do that to yourself? How'd you get into it? I get the life story thing. And then after I got through asking my questions, I said, my ex, actually she was still my girlfriend at the time, was blowing up my phone. I said, oh, I got to go. My girlfriend's blowing up my phone. "You got a girlfriend?" Yeah, I got to go. So I got the fuck out of there. But it was also a prostitute looking for a pimp. So I'm there with that Kim chick. Do you remember Kim from the club?
Oh, Kim, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you don't want to settle down with a chick that's from a place you were hunting from. Like I got Jovina. She remembers Kim.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'd met Kim on a Thursday, and I think it was Sunday. She was at my place every day. And I'm sitting there with her, and that thing comes in and comes up, storms up. And says, "Hey, girl, make sure you use a condom." What the fuck? It's trying to solve my game because I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. Trying to get me to stay. No, why don't you stay for a little while? No, I gotta go. My girlfriend. And I got the fuck out of there. I did like a little bitch, but I got the hell out of there. Hey, it's a black guy. Just to let you know, player, I got hacked. Yeah, I got that. Levi, thanks, player. When you have another, okay, Pescu, you Jelly Supreme. There's more than just one form of prostitution. Yeah, there is. Some people like to get it twisted. They think you can only get women on the streets and pimp. Well, the street pimps call that popcorn pimping. Especially, I didn't keep all the money. I didn't need the money. I had a business. I was making over $7,000 a month. I did it because I wanted to be able to say I did it. It was cool. And I never touched the other girl. Just mine. Dark Scorpion. How do you talk to girls on date sites? What's the best opening? Finally, an adult intelligent question from you're the fellow that I've been talking about lately. The best opening is to look at her profile. And let me give you an example. I'm going to go to POF right now. Problem with some of these hot babes is they don't put a lot of information on their profiles, but I'm going to get a bunch of girls. I haven't logged in yet. I'm at that page just before you log in. And they have all from all over the California. Okay, so do not contact me for sex and wear a shirt. Okay, so you look at her profile. She's 31 years of age. I finally found out the age of my profile. It says I'm 37. Walnut Creek. She's also an entrepreneur, small business owner. Bam. There's my first question. She's a small business owner. If you're a normal human being, not a dude looking for a pussy, you don't go in and say, "Hey," and she's really attractive. "Oh, I think you're beautiful. I think you're so gorgeous." I would never say that to a chick. Find something that you can comment on in the form of a question. You ask an intelligent question, you'll get an answer. Your goal is to open her up to conversation. So she owns a small business. My first thing, she's an entrepreneur. What small business do you own? What do you do? And she's got a huge list of her interests. Writing, kayaking. That's where you find other stuff to ask. She likes Jessica Jones. I've seen that show. It's pretty cool. She likes oceanography. That's very interesting. I comment on that. Was she a Jacques Cousteau fan? Philanthropy, okay. Intellectual conversation, yeah. Movies, cuddling. She's not rock climbing, cool. Social experiments. I'd be curious, have you done any social experiments? These are further questions I would ask. Kickboxing, how'd she get into that? She actually likes watching football and basketball. What kind of dogs does she have? So I see on your profile you said you own dogs. What type of dogs do you have? Also, you can comment on the photograph, on her photos. She's on a boat, and it's under the San Francisco Bridge. I'd ask about that. I'd ask her if that husky dog, I believe it's a husky, is hers. If that's one of her dogs. The thing is, you got to pay attention. You got to become like Sherlock Holmes. So let's go down. I haven't even read what she's about. She's in the cars as well. Okay, let's see. She's a vegetarian, so no hunters. So that eliminates me right there. I'm a meat eater. She only wants to date vegetarians. She probably don't like the smell that comes off us meat eaters. She's in the very liberal in regards to politics, so she's a left-winger. I would probably skip your profile if your main picture is of your abdominal muscles. Yeah, a lot of guys, that work for the cheap chicks, the cheap bitches. But the decent females, they don't like that shirtless shit. And they certainly don't like the dick photos that handsome black guy was talking about. She lives her life by this quote, and she gives the quote. So that shows she's intelligent. I would read her profile and also find other stuff to talk about. She was attacked by a dog. She's been recovering for 2 years. Actually, her dog attacked another dog. The other dog was biting, shaking my dog's neck. I jumped to pull the dog back off mine. I wanted a mean dog to turn its attention on me. It worked. Wow. I would commiserate with her on that. I see you were attacked by a dog. I'm really sorry to hear that. I would make the comment that, I was bitten by a dog too. And it takes a while to get over your fear of dogs. And I was bit once by a dog. It didn't make me afraid of dogs, but I would commiserate. Okay? Her idea of first date, it won't happen. Let's go to the next one. Damn, sister has some titties. Black women are so fucking curvy. Titties and ass. Ass and titties. She must be biracial. Nope, she just light-skinned it. She's one of your people there. Hey, it's a black guy. With that good hair. I'm being facetious. She works in retail. That's a question. She doesn't give anything that she likes, but she does say, "Hi guys, I'm new to the area from Vegas." So I got something to ask her about. Why did she move from Vegas to California? Right there. Done. I can open up the conversation with her. This one. She only has one photo, and why did I pick her? She got a big nose. Let's see. She has kids. Trying new restaurants, having drinks, barbecue, arcades. That's interesting. She likes to bowl. My comment, see, like bowling. That's interesting. I don't run into too many girls like to bowl. What's your, and whatever they use for scores, I'd ask her what her score was. My older brother, he's an avid bowler. He's on bowling teams. About me is anything fun where I can laugh. Talking about her first date. Not here for games or drama. Don't message me just to waste my time because I will expose you. I hate those angry bitches. Let me try one more. So you guys, how'd I miss her? Got to be Latin. Yep, she says Hispanic. The white Hispanic. White skin with that jet black hair. And she has green eyes. With that jet black hair. That gets me. She has no interest. Second language Spanish. She works as a counselor. So that right there piques my interest. What kind of counseling does she do? That'd be my first question. Just chilling with my bad boys. Things she likes to do, enjoy drinking, hanging out, looking for cool cats or freaks out there. So she's a freak. I'm here for an adventure. So if you are too, we are a match. I'm a kitty, meow. I like to treat my guys right. Come after a long day at work and take your load off and relax. I think she's fucking selling the shit myself. Sexy Latina CD. It's a cross-dresser. Jovina.
Yes, what?
Interpret this for me.
What?
Me gusta
I like.
pistear.
Let me see that word.
Don't get in the camera.
Okay. Where are you?
Pistear.
I don't know where you are. I don't see.
I'm right here. Me gusta pistear con los paisas también.
I don't know what those two words are. That's Spanish, so.
It's got to be the same spelling, or you can't read or
No.
write Portuguese.
No, it's not the same spelling. It's not a word.
Somebody Spanish speakers, let me know. All right, where was I?
Either that or the
Okay, Dark. Did you get your information? Michael Nolan. Good me hold there last weekend. Michael Nolan talks like Popeye, doesn't he, fellas? Me went out to the club last weekend. Me got a girl. I got. The way I did was I just went to the club, was in good vibe, dressed good, kept thinking, he sounds like your dad. Her dad said one time about this dude on one of the Portuguese stations, me don't like that guy. Me don't like him. He don't pick potatoes. He hates guys that, make an easy living.
Well, he hates people, he doesn't like guys who've had an easy life.
Yeah, had an easy life. Because he was farmed out as a slave at, what age was he, 6? Never went to school.
He was more like 7 to 8 or so.
7 to 8, doesn't matter. As a young guy. His father died, family owed bills, so he had to go to work on the island they're from. So Michael Nolan saw a woman throw a smile at him. Darren. I'm getting women from 20 to 60. Life is good. Dark Scorpion. If a girl kisses you but won't give you sex to be your girlfriend, what does it mean? It probably means she doesn't want to give up the goods right away. She wants to stretch you out to make you her boyfriend. The women that do that, they want you to jump through their hoops. So obviously, she has the power right now, and you're the beggar. So if you're going to make her your girlfriend, she, like you, believe in that whole Hollywood thing where you run across the field, slow motion, and you jump into each other's arms, and you live happily ever after. Dupree, Michael Nolan. So I just approached. She was Polish. I took her to the floor. She said, okay, I created sexual tension, touching her up, talking in her ear, went her place. Siova, Yo Supreme, what's up, Siova? I'm still trying to get what Amp was saying. I guess I'm getting old, fellas. That sucks. Darren, you got a glitch in your game, Dark Scorpion. You need to back engineer. Hey, it's a black guy. I made it so when they try to go to the login page, they get locked out. Most hackers won't try that hard to break in. Had to protect myself so they won't change my products. What are you selling? I didn't know your site had gotten that far. And I caught your hint. Every now and then I got to go to these sites to make sure my products aren't up on them and get them off. Michael Nolan, I lead in bedroom. She done everything. See, it's not hard as think. It just takes balls. TOUGH. Okay. I create the tension. Mike. Never in my time in the game did I ever think about when I was with a girl, okay, I got to create sexual tension or create tension. I don't understand it, man. And to be honest, it kind of freaks me out that you're thinking, I got to create sexual tension. Maybe because I did it naturally. So it makes me wonder, how robotic are you? Are you like just nothing unless you think to do something? I must create sexual tension. And now you're asking for the nice guy link from, hey, it's a black guy, Dark Scorpion. I'm afraid to ask girls a lot of questions because I won't have any questions left on the date. If you take an interest in her as just a human being, they're Dark, you'll never run out of questions. If you take an interest in her life, you'll never run out of questions. I've been with Jovian for 13 years. I still ask her questions. I still ask her shit. See over her profile was doing too much, that first girl. Yeah, she had a lot of photos. And in the photos, there are boxes. There was photo here, photo here, photo here, photo here. And that was just one photo. And she had tons of them. Waning Crescent, Peace Supreme. Do you think asking too many questions makes a dude come off too friendly? Never has for me. Jovina.
Yeah.
When I first started talking to you, I asked you questions about your life.
Yeah.
Did it make me, what was it? Come off too friendly?
No.
Yeah. I think guys who hang out in this community, you guys pick up this fear shit. Like Michael Nolan, he's full of it. He's got the total ass reaming from this fucking community. That he's worried about being a nice guy. He's worried about creating tension in the girl. Instead of just being a fucking man. Instead of focusing on the thing that he really needs to focus on, he's focused on this other shit.
Why? I mean, it's just...
And you are doing some of the same stuff, looks like. Waning Crescent. He goes, I've noticed a lot of women just want attention. Okay. Asking too many questions comes off. You're not listening to them, Michael Nolan says. They pick up on it. Jovina.
You have to yell? I'm right here.
Oh, yeah. Come over here.
Jesus. Roger. Old man.
Find a key.
Check on that chicken.
Silence.
You
I'll
silence.
kill you.
Please do.
Put you out of your misery. Michael Nolan says, asking too many questions comes off. You're not listening to them. They pick up on it. Huh?
No, we're not saying ask too many questions. We're asking.
When you talk to a girl, asking too many questions,
Okay.
it comes off. You're not listening to them.
You can ask a question about something that you heard her say.
Wait. I think I know what he's talking about. He's talking about those guys who have a list of questions in their head.
Oh, wait, question after question. After
Yeah, instead of listening.
You don't do that. You have to have a conversation. It's
So,
not just about asking questions.
Michael Nolan has no idea how to have a conversation with a girl.
Oh, okay, well.
I never realized that, Mike. Jovina, what happened today at work?
Well, we were very busy, as per usual, and had some crabby old people come in, as per
Really?
usual as well. Yes.
Anybody in particular?
No, just the usual suspects, actually.
Usual suspects?
Yeah.
What about the crazy bitch?
No, she hasn't called in a while. I don't know what happened to her. She said she's gonna stop coming in.
She says she's gonna stop coming in?
Yeah, that's what she
Did you
told
guys
me.
jump up for joy and clap your hands and have a party?
She said that so many times that she
Oh.
was coming back.
Forget it.
But she hasn't called lately, so.
That's a conversation, Michael Nolan. I didn't have a list of questions in my head. Asked her how was her day at work. And then I asked her a few more questions about it. So you pay attention to what they're saying, and you do what I talked about so many times before, Mike, about looking for breadcrumbs. Jovina.
Yes.
When you first flew from Portugal and you landed in the United States, you were what, 7?
I was up.
7, okay. You told me you went to your first day of school over there and they sent you home because they knew you were flying to America, right?
Well, yeah, I went to school one day there in the
Yeah.
Azores, and
That's why you can't read or write
then
Portuguese.
the teacher told my parents that it was a waste of time sending me because we were getting ready to leave in like a couple weeks from there.
Yeah.
So she said it was a waste of time to send me to school because we were leaving.
So you never got to study anything over there.
Yeah, no, I mean I know how to speak the language, but as far as reading and writing, I'm a little more limited in that. But I can read. It's easier to read than it is to actually write.
That's very true because like when I watch your mom's station, I read that shit all the time. Better than your dad does, who can't read or write.
He does. He's doing better.
He's doing better?
Well, he does better now. Than
Actually, I've noticed that he has been doing better.
he
I think he got a little
learned
self-conscious
here.
about it.
He learned how to read and write here.
Yeah, he learned how to read some English. And
So
stuff,
he's a grown ass man already.
yeah. See, I'm having a conversation. She told me something years ago, and I asked her about it. That's a conversation there, Michael Nolan. You jelly. Michael Nolan asking too many questions, like an interview, then yes. But asking questions is fine. Exactly. Dark. There was a girl that fucked multiple guys, and she was open with it. Don't mess with her. Why are women open nowadays? When I was a little boy, back in the 60s, they had this thing called the sexual revolution. You might have read about it in your history books. I don't know if you were paying attention or awake if they covered it. But that's when women started burning their bras. They want sexual freedom. And that's back in the 60s. It's now 2017.
Yeah.
So this probably happened in 2016. So that's quite a number of years away,
Well, also,
over 40 years. So, yes.
Also, I feel like, I know that I can only speak for myself, but I feel like a lot of women do
I'm
that
wearing your glasses.
because they don't want, I see that.
I can't.
Looking
Mine
for,
are in the truck. Yeah.
there was these.
So,
Because women don't want drama, so they figure if they're up front and straightforward and straight with you from the very beginning, there's no reason for you to get butthurt later on in a couple of weeks when you find out that she's seeing someone else because, hey, I already told you, I didn't keep it a secret, so...
and that's how Jovina ran her game. I'm going to call it game.
I didn't want drama.
Yeah. And women have done that, they'll let you know that they're dating. Those are the sensible women. Not all women do that, as we know by cheaters.
That's true.
The show I've been watching, like, there's tons
We've
of
been binge watching that
Yeah.
stuff.
I've been, like, addicted lately.
It's ridiculous. We're gonna start thinking, are you cheating on me? No, you cheating on me? When we're always together.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd have 5 bitches you didn't even know about.
Yeah, dude, when do you find out to see him?
I had. There was a girl that fucked multiple women. She was open with it. It's so nasty. I don't like cum buckets. I don't either. Dark. I only come across bisexual women. Some say that all women are bisexual in secret. There are so many gays too. I've heard that said about women too. Like they found the gene for males. They haven't found it for women yet, to my knowledge. Jason, what's up? Supreme, why didn't you get out of the game sooner? Because I was stupid. I was having too much fun. I was growing. My game was growing. I was getting all that power over women, finally. It wasn't just a good sex machine. I started having the power. The thing I never got to do was take my game to Hollywood. If I had of, I would probably be with someone else. Damn, this joint's still swollen. Fuck. That was my last challenge that I wanted to do. So I conquered the challenge of getting into the call girl thing. I conquered the challenge of getting to own women. I conquered the challenge of having all the power over women. And I want to take that on the road to Hollywood, where all these, hot babes were. If I could have gotten me a beginning starlet just growing, I could have, her spending money on me. Oh man, that was my dream. That's why I started going to LA towards the end of my game. And the one time I went there, I damaged my back driving my buddy Craig's, or my acquaintance now, Craig's car. He had a little Honda, and I couldn't do shit. As you guys recall my past shows episode, I talked about I woke up, I kind of fell asleep on the couch. They had a really nice club that I finagled my way into where they had a drummer playing along with the music. And some rich bitch, old Jewish chick with fake tits, was sitting next to me talking to me, and I was, floating in and out. if I had gotten out of the game sooner, I would be more established in life instead of having to make up for that lost time. The time I should have been doing my business, when I thought about it back then, what my son is doing right now is renting his studio. He opened up a gym. He's rented out to other trainers. I thought about that way back in the 90s. And I also thought about expanding my style of training because no one does my style of training. And I wanted to, open up more facilities doing that. I'd be a millionaire right now. But I spent it, fellas, chasing pussy. Fucking pussy. That's why I'm here to steer you guys in the right direction so to make the mistakes that I made. Learn from what I did good, and I'm going to tell you about what I did bad so you guys can avoid that. Michael Nolan, what the fuck is that? I got to create tension. You think too much, stuck in your head. What happened to the living in the moment? Supreme. How important is eye contact in the game? Why do you ask me that? You know that's the most important thing in the game. That's your signal. It's on. Otherwise, you're nothing but a hoe chaser. Okay? 2 ways you can do this game. You can sit back, some say like a bitch, and wait for it to give you eye contact. Or you can run out there like a telemarketer and knock on doors. That's the only 2 ways to do it. I prefer to sit back and let them choose up first. Then I step over. But there are a lot of guys who are not very attractive, but they're going to get the same fucking results if they were hoe chasing. So that tells them that they need to work on themselves. Hit the gym, learn how to dress, learn how to have confidence. A lot of guys who are unattractive, they don't have confidence. So women think they're awkward anyway. And that's the number thing why they don't get laid, because they're fucking awkward. It's not to have to do with their looks per se. It's the fact they're fucking awkward. Like Michael Nolan. He's awkward. Can you imagine being in Michael Nolan's head? So afraid of being a nice guy around a chick. You imagine how his head's ready to explode, and he goes to a club, he's probably staring around at girls. I'm not a nice guy. Trying hard not to be a nice guy, and I gotta create sexual tension. I have no idea what he's doing to create tension. What does he tickle him? Get you? Or does a Trump grab him by the pussy? I don't know. Eye contact is the opener to the game. It's the opener. Without that, it's a hit or miss thing. Eye contact means that a girl's interested in fucking you. Can you please step over and spit your game at me so I can get some sex from you? Dark Scorpion. I love Slavic women. I noticed that they have more self-respect. Really? Isn't Melania Slavic?
Yeah. She has more self-respect.
Yeah. Laying up there with another woman and shit.
And showing her body parts.
In fact, that's not what I've heard, too. A lot of guys go to those countries, like you said, Poland and Eastern European countries, to get pussy. In fact, the PUAs were running there for a while. They're not political correct. They say what's on their mind. So do American women. They'll say what's on their mind too. But dudes don't want to hear it. One of the guys on that channel thought I pandered to women. No, I'm trying to get you guys to understand women and back engineer them. I try not to say bad things about them. Because if I start saying bad things about them, it will start to vibe with you guys who had bad experience about women. So I'm very careful not to do that. For that reason. Dark Scorpion. I noticed that girls with piercings or tattoos are mostly bisexual. Especially the ones with the lip rings. Levi Bellew. There's nothing wrong with being nice to women. if they don't want you, that's their choice. What I had to do is stop putting myself down so much all the time. That's what good men need to do. There are times when women don't want you to be nice. They want you to have the ability to, put them in their place. Mike Nolan, I'm talking to the other guy saying that you picked it up wrong. You ask one question, then let them talk, know how to do it. That's what I did last weekend. Plus after few minutes convo, I came on sexual. Okay, you made my brain shut down, Michael. I wish I could explain to you guys when I read stuff that fucks with my head. How do you come on sex? I know how you do it. What I want you to do in the future, Michael, is always be sexual. Okay? When you first start talking to them, tilt their head and get up in their face. Take your eyes and look at their lips. Dark. What do you think of cum buckets? I don't think of cum buckets. I don't want to catch a disease. I don't like trashy women. Supreme, it's really nice to hear you and Jovina getting along. Thanks. Supreme, and smile while you're talking to her. She's my girl. She have her headphones on? Good, she can't hear me. Jason, it's hard to detect eye contact in the clubs for me. Do you wear glasses? Someone tell me who else is... Do you guys have problems seeing eye contact in clubs? Because I've never had a problem. I wonder if I would have a problem now. Well, her head's turned toward me. I'm looking across the room. Jovina, the darkness of this house is close to that of a nightclub. Yeah, it's pretty dark over there. Go stand near the door. And give me eye contact. Now, the living room has no lights on. It's pretty dark. There's just a light on over me. I can barely see her face, but I can see her eyes are looking at me. Yeah, I can see. She was giving me eye contact. I can still see. So do you wear glasses or something? Back then, I didn't need readers. He also goes, I do better during the day. Got 4 girls on my team. Cool Bear Teddy. I wish you'd change that name, Cool Bear. Supreme, what you think about this quote right here? Once you tagged lame, the game is follow the leader. Once you tagged lame? I don't think of it. I don't understand it. Do you mean once you're tagged as a lame, the game is follow the... I have no idea what you're talking about, man. You're in that situation. You're the brother that you thought, or you believe that people talk about you and they don't respect you. See, I didn't have that problem, so I didn't. That quote there, whatever you're quoting, has no meaning to me. Levi Bellew, when do you put women in their place? When they need it, when they act up, when they demonstrate behavior that you don't agree with. See over. I paid to use OKC, which is OkCupid. I've never paid for a site. Nor will I ever. A list features, there has been little difference in my responses. Just that I can see them look at my messages and not respond. LOL, I think they don't find my face attractive. Why don't you go get one of your messages over and paste it in here? Let me see what you said to the last chick that she didn't respond. Paste the entire thing for me. Nikolai. This is by message retracted. Nikolai, what's up, man? Why'd you take back your message? Waning Crescent. So from your experience, Supreme, is getting a life story the only way to get inside a woman's mind? No. No. You could mind fuck. Supreme, how do you maintain long-term relationships with girls? Mine's usually end 3 or 4 months. Why is this? I don't know. I'm not there to observe it. Why don't you tell me more about it? What do they say when they leave? Why do they want to break up with you? Is the sex bad? If the sex is bad after 3 or 4 months, they've had enough. It ain't getting any better. That's the only thing I can think of. If you get boring, you go back to, boring ways, doing the same old thing. That's another reason. Michael Nolan, what do you think about hopping clubs? No, I didn't do that. Nikolai. Hey there, Supreme. I got a question for you. If I look a woman in the eye, she notices and returns eye contact for 2+ seconds. Is it choosing? That's choosing. Even though you forced it, that's choosing. That's one of the best ways to hoe chase. I talked about after the whole pimp phenomenon got popular. I'm in the club and this big kid was saying my daddy was a pimp, my granddad was a pimp, and he was making hard eye contact at a chick. Stand next to me making hard eye contact at a chick. It worked for him. But he was a big boy too. Another question, Cool Teddy says, Supreme, what is wrong with my YouTube name? Just curious. Okay, I'm from the old school of men. I wouldn't call myself Cool Teddy Bear. I would come up with something better than that. That's more masculine. It's not very masculine. It's young sounding. Cool Bear Teddy. Yeah, Cool Bear Teddy. Your name is Teddy, so you could drop the bear part. Just being like a girl's teddy bear just rubs me the wrong way, man. It's just not manly. And using cool, it reminds me of Cool in the Game from my days. Pick something that you want to be when you pick a good screen name. Something that empowers you. That says, here I am. I'm becoming this, or I am this. There's something that you do well in your life. Like, I don't know what it is. Video game master, I don't know. But there's something that you do well. And put it around that. I was always calling myself, what I was. When I was into that whole call girl thing, I went by the name Sacktown Pimp. Then I read in this guy's book he said when your macking becomes the level of Zen. That's where I got the name of Zen Mac from, for my screen name and for my site. Because my Mac game had gotten to the level of Zen. It was like Zen in women's minds. May not be the way he meant it, but yeah. I had a certain flow to it myself. Okay. Then from there, I decided, oh, well, I reached the top of the player game. I didn't really master the Mac game, even though I've gotten cars and money and all that kind of stuff. A Mac lives it full time. To me, it was just a hobby. That's not I wasn't representing the real thing. So I turned my name to Player Supreme. There was a pimp named Pimp Supreme. That's where I got that from. Well, I reached the player level, Supreme player level, so I turned out. I had chicks buy me shit. I could get money off chicks, easy like that. And that just fit. I'm at the very top. There, you can't go any higher than this in the player game. And I could cross over to any of those levels. If I can get that kind of power over female where they'll say property of, that's a lot of power. My point is that screen name represents who you are. Should represent. And you're the brother with that didn't want to cut his braids off. You're round. Yeah, you're kind of like a teddy bear, but you're round. I think you said you're about 5'5", and you're round. If you could snap your fingers and change who you are, that's who you want to name yourself. Something that would motivate you, that will support you in your path. See over, hello. Hello A. Well, what does that mean? Oh, that's you're quoting. Okay, I like the fact you make sure you do your part to make the world a better place. I'm also amazed you managed to learn the differences between future and designer. How do you do it? Okay. And so sorry it took me a while to respond. It's been a busy week. How's your weekend going? There's nothing wrong with that comment. The first one I'm having trouble. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. How do you do it? That girl might have thought it may take too long to respond back. I don't know what you look like, but your responses are just okay. They're okay. Message retracted. Hey A, the week has been good to me. So you had a conversation going with the girl, looks like. So that first one I read was your first comment, correct? And she responded to you. And looks like sometime later you sent another one. So sorry it took me a while to respond. It's been a busy week. How's your weekend going? And then the week, hey A, the week has been good to me. Oh, that's her response, I think. C, so sorry it took me a while to respond. She responded to you. What are you talking about? How's your weekend going? And you said, hey A, the week has been good to me. Then what were you up to this week? I'm waiting for the rest of it. Oh, God. Dark Scorpion said teddy bear sounds cute. Dark Scorpion, men don't say cute. That's what girls say. J10, what's up? So far, you look like you're having a decent conversation, Silva. What were you up to this week? Did she respond to that? Singh comes back with why the girls blow out after 3 to 4 months. Now I see why. I don't give the girls enough attention. I just fucking leave. None of that cupcaking boyfriend experience. Yeah, that's good. If your sex game was on point, you could stretch out longer. But they do get pissed off because you don't want to settle down with them. So you're okay. Don't worry about it. The only thing I would recommend you do is bring your sex game up on point so they're addicted. And talk to them in the bedroom. Be that one dude they've never had before. Cool Bear Teddy, appreciate it. The reason of the bear is that I was overweight with the name before I was hitting the gym. Yeah. You're not overweight anymore. As I recall, seeing a recent photo, you're the brother that was losing weight over those years, correct? And also, you've been doing exercise at the gym. Because you showed me a photo of that. And you thought people were still talking shit about you. Because you lost weight. I was being different when I came up with the name. Let's be a little more different. Jason Singh says, I treat all my chicks like side bitches. Never get in their heads. You should. This is a bad habit of mine. 5'5", 334 pounds. Is that what you weigh right now? Because I thought you had lost quite a bit of weight. That was your beginning weight, wasn't it? J10. You have no idea how great it is to hear you speak. It's been a while, J10. How's life? Nikolai. Thanks for the answer, Playa. I really appreciate your challenge. You're very welcome, Nikolai. Silva. It's Remo Supreme. Silva? The fuck is that, man? Ova. You know that means egg in Latin. I know I constantly change my name after my last response. She never responded. Put that on the forum so I can take a better look at it, man. That's what you should be doing anyway. So I can get in there and help. J10, just thought to let you know I'll be coming home soon to Zenmac. Why did you stop? Did you take chicks out on the first dates, or did you invite them to your place? I invited them to my place. When I started, I was 503 pounds. 5'5" and 500 pounds. Wow. Keep losing, man. Keep losing. At 5'5", 334. That's still big, but congratulations on losing a ton of fucking weight. But keep it up, man. Don't slow down. Keep doing what you did that got you there. If you're still staying the same weight, then you've obviously slid off. And I don't want to see you go backwards. Okay, cool. I'll post it there. I'm trying to pick a name for my YouTube channel. I haven't come up with anything yet. A name for Remo's channel. How about Walking Through New York? Or how about Obama Phone Man? Let's see. Long story. Something happened to my PayPal and bank number. I'll let you know what has happened these last few months. Someone named Tian says no. And no. Okay. Let me think of another name then. Treat a bitch bad. He'll like that one. He doesn't treat his bitches bad. He's actually, he does good at the dating thing. Wayne, I really appreciate Supreme. Thanks, Wayne. Oh, shit. TN says no. Hey, I got it, Remo. BBC, man. Name of that. No, KR? Appreciate Supreme and KR Hawkins. On the forum, send me a message there, Teddy, and I'll send you what I've been doing. BBC, man, all day long. That'll attract some YouTube chicks to you. Here's how you pick a name. What are you going to go into? What's the purpose of the channel? You want to get the keyword for the channel as the best one. And name it after a keyword. Go down to the business section. I put a bunch of programs and products in the business section on how to start a channel. So I got in trouble when another man's woman wouldn't stop talking about me. You got in trouble? At work? And congratulations on your degree. I think we're connected over LinkedIn. Remo. Tech vlogging right now. My brother is doing movie reviews. What's the name of this channel? I want to see. You guys are twins, right? But you're not identical? Or are you guys identical? I keep asking that. You never answered. I can't imagine there being two of you. And if there are two of you, how's his game? Tech vlogging. There's a black kid that does that already also. He's making bank. Major bank. No, not at work. That's violating the rules. I said some stuff to her and I had no idea she had a boyfriend. You must have been at a club. Or were you, doesn't matter where you at. You still said some stuff to her. No, her boyfriend feels very insecure around me. Wayne says, are your products still available? Go to my blog, theplayersupremeshow.info, theplayersupremeshow.info. It'll be in the description below this video. Click on my store. Cool. And it's there. I've seen different websites under your name. That's because I have different sites with different products on them. I don't keep my products in one place in case the PUAs try to, hack my site. They can't bring it all down at once. I make it hard. Nas Wilmer, Supreme. I've had some lower back pain. Both left and right side. Feels kind of tender. What did you do? When the game is in you, Jay says, it's in you. And that's very true. Very, very true statement. Should I go to the gym tomorrow? No. Not if it's tender. Unless you're doing arms. You do seated curls, tricep press down, you do stuff like that. Don't do the bar curl where you're swinging the bar, because you'll probably just injure your back even more. In fact, that's where a lot of guys do injure their backs. Once they get the original injury or the potential for injury, they'll blow it out doing curls with the bar. So are you guys, there's no face in there. The avatar, but let's see what the video is.
What's up, Evan here. So in my last video I talked about the 3.
That's you. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck, there's 2 of you?
Worst films that came out of January. If you didn't check that out,
Well, he's a little better looking there, Remo.
you can check out here.
Oh my God, you guys are identical.
Flaming dumpster picks of the year. This time around, we're gonna go over the 3 best films that come out of January. Now, when I say 3 best films, I mean they're very.
Oh my God, he's got your mannerism.
These films are less bad than the ones before it, but since it's January, we like to grade these things on a curve. But one of these films are pretty much a shocker. I didn't think it was gonna.
Your voice is a little bit different, I think. That's the difference. So you guys are, wow, identical. That's pretty cool. Supreme always talking shit. Yeah, Remo, I'm always talking shit. I think I got it from squatting with bad form. Oh, fuck, man. You have to lay off that for a little while. Get a bag of ice and lay it down and put it against your lower back. Lay against it so it goes to your lower back. That'll reduce the inflammation there. Also, you have to bomb it out with plain aspirin. Go to a convenience store and get where it says just aspirin on. Don't get Tylenol. Don't get any of that stuff. You want just plain aspirin so it thins the blood. And I want you to take. Now, I learned this from an anesthesiologist. They're the drug masters of the medical world. And he said take so much that just before your ears start ringing. And that's when you want to back off. Don't take that many. That's like, what, a bottle? I found that by taking medical dosage of it, it works. A lot of people just take 2 of them. No. Take 4 of those fuckers. Okay? And then take another 4 in the morning. That'll help thin out the blood so it cleans out the bad trapped tissue up in there and the bad blood that's stuck up in there. Take 4 plain aspirin. The generic aspirin. That's all you want. In fact, I've got a bottle that says something on it. By the way, Supreme, I'm going to be launching my website soon for my art. Good. There, J10. Let's go to his brother's channel, give him some love. It's weird seeing two of you, man. In fact, I'm going to go back and look this dude again. Damn, that's Remo.
Be actually watchable. Wait till the end for that one. A Monster's Call is a fantasy drama film.
Now, do you notice that his mannerisms are just like yours? And which one of you guys are the older? Judging by the way he talks, I would place you as the older. Because you seem more of the aggressive one. And which one of you guys are taller? Usually one twin is a little bit taller than the other and a little bit bigger. So I'd put you in that category. He seems like a little bit smaller.
No, I was kind of fond of that. So when I went in there, I was thinking of movies like Big Fish and Pan's Labyrinth. No, Pan's
His accent is not as strong as yours either. Why is that?
Labyrinth is more of a horror fantasy movie than this is. What I did like about this film is that it didn't present itself as something that was.
So you've got a strong New York accent, or Brooklyn. No, it's not Brooklyn. You don't say Brooklyn. You have more of a stronger accent than he does.
It came off telling itself like.
And I watched that movie he's talking about too.
Although with some very serious moments in it, if you're an adult going to see this movie, you will catch wind of all the intricacies of the story. For the younger viewers, it doesn't go too deep into the emotional storytelling that it takes them out of the experience of watching the movie, but still be able to get their kicks and giggles out of it. Monster's Call, good job. Thumbs up for being able to pull through.
Hey, he needs to put the title of the movie in there. For the keywords. Tell him to put the title of the movie in there for the keywords. And put movie review. Otherwise, nobody's going to discover his videos. He definitely needs the information that's on the forum for marketing his videos. Okay, because people will look for reviews and they want his video. He wants his videos come up on page 1 under the actual video titles. All right. You guys have the same eye structure. You have one lazy eye side, or your eyes aren't the same on each side.
So I was really surprised by this movie.
It happened to both of you.
If you want to check it out,
The right
I
eye
highly suggest that you should
is a
watch
little
it
bit
in
different.
theaters. Oh, this next one up is Sleepless, and it stars Jamie Foxx and Michelle Monaghan.
Huh. Twins are fascinating to me. Blame his girlfriend for his accent. LOL. Ah, so he's got a girlfriend, huh? Saying, Supreme, remember you were talking about waking up to the truth when you heard the phrase sheep eye? Sheep eye? No. Sheep thought eye. Sheep thought eye. In a movie, what did that mean? The fellow was realizing that people were sheep. And he was saying his sheep thought eye. And he was reaffirming that he can't be one of the sheep. It was about a criminal in England. He went around with his droogs, his boys, and they were raping. And they tried to rehabilitate him. And he went back to raping and when he got out and pillaging. J10 says, taller or bigger, Remo? Both. J10. Really? He's taller? I would have thought you were the older one. Okay, here's the channel. No, I don't want to hide the chat. How did I get it to the fucking chat? Well, I'll just put a link to the video. Let's give them some views. A dinner?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
It's already made?
Yeah, it's me.
Stir fry.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh,
Well, it looks like my dinner is ready for me, fellas. I started the channel talking about... You guys were around when that one dude was talking shit, and I was reading some of the comments from it. I never bothered to read them. The video popped up for some reason, and I clicked on it. And as I could... Best I can recall, I don't recall watching too much of the video. What the guy was saying about me. Yes, I'm ready to eat. So it's my dinner time. I'm out of here, fellas. We'll do this again. Now that I've got the live streaming back on my main channel. You guys have a good night.